The year is almost over, but we're just getting started. So, welcome to the series. We're going to do a three-part series of getting ready for this new year and getting ourselves prepared to take ourselves to the next level. We'll see you on the other side of the intro.
I've spent the last 20 years studying, teaching, and coaching people to find their greatness and take their lives to the next level. Along the way, it's become evident that emotions are at the root of everybody's successes and failures. Worry and fear are the enemies, and it's time to forge the armor and earn the tools to overcome the two things that could single-handedly destroy your future. Hi, my name is Michael Johnson, and I'm a life coach, a peak performance trainer, and I'm the emotions guy. It's time to take back control of how you feel, control of how you act, and control of how you experience life. It's time to become a lifer, a new breed of overachiever focused on living every minute to its fullest. We are responsible for how we feel, and no one and no thing can make us feel anything. Emotional mastery is our journey, and emotional education and intelligence is the key. We are lifers, and this is Magic for Life.
What's up, lifers? Michael Johnson here with the Magic for Life podcast, and I'm excited that you joined me today because we're going to get ready for the new year. That's what I'm talking about, right? It's not the end. This is not the end of 2020. This is the beginning of the upcoming year and all the great things that we're going to do. Now, there's all this talk about New Year's resolutions and all this kind of stuff, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to split this into a few different parts, and I want you to actually do this stuff. And let's get ourselves ready for this coming year. We're not going to make this difficult. This doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to struggle through anything. This is going to be a piece of cake. So I want you to take this first set that we're going to talk about. I want you to do what I actually give you the assignment to do. Go do it. It's not going to take long, but you could take a couple days to do it and just keep adding. Okay. So here's the first assignment. This is the thing that is the hardest part. And it's because we aren't trained to do it very well. This is something that we talk about all the time. In fact, sometimes we discuss this, but we don't actually do it properly. So we're going to actually do it properly. So what are we going to do? This part one is all about what do you want? We're just going to prep for it. What do you want? And I'm going to do it with you. Just pretty simple. I'll do it with you for the next couple of days, whatever. And we're just going to write down, what do you want? Now, I don't know if you have a system for actually going about getting what you want or bringing what you want into your world. I do. I have a cool little system of how I do it. Now, what I'd like you to do is write down what you want. It's simple. Get a note card, start writing it down. Get a notebook, right? Get a simple little journal of some sort and write it down in the journal. In fact, maybe you can start a new year and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to get a journal this year. And you don't have to be a journal writer, but maybe you are, right? But get a new year journal, right? This is going to be for this upcoming season. And what we're going to do is just write down everything you want. One of the things that I found helpful is writing down all the material things that you really think you want. Right? Because maybe you've gotten other things along the past or in your past. And I don't know about you, but once you had them, it was like, okay, now what's next? So we're going to write down all the things we want. We'll start with some of the material things. Get those out of the way, because once you get those out of the way, the brain starts to go, well, okay, what else do I want? And I want you to think about this from a perspective of what material things. That's easy, right? What do you want to go on a vacation? Maybe you want to go somewhere. Maybe you want to do something. Maybe you want to go someplace that you haven't been, or maybe you want to go back to a place that you have been and visit again. Maybe you want to hang with family more. Maybe you want to have a better job. What kind of job would you like? What kind of things would you like? What do you want? One of the hardest questions on the planet to answer. What do you want? And, maybe it's like, I want to drink, more water all year long. Okay, good. Put that down. Maybe I want to be healthier. Maybe I want to have a more fit body. Maybe I want to be stronger. Those are two different things, right? Being more healthy, being more fit, and being stronger all could be actually separate things. What do you want? Right? And try to be as specific as you can. Don't worry, we're not going to get crazy with this. I'm going to tell you what to do with it next. Right? But right now, the first stage, this is easy. Let's just get in and figure out what we want. Do you want a new computer? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to publish your own book? Do you want somebody else to pick up a book you've written and publish it for you? Do you want to start a new company? Do you want to start a business with your children? What do you want? What kind of things would really just, as they used to say in the old days, tickle your fancy? Right? What kind of things would really just be really cool? Like if you got to the end of 2021, right? And you got to the end of this next year, what would you look back at and go, man, that was cool that I attained that? What do you want? One of the more difficult questions to answer. But if you can do it, now we can start to talk about what to do to get there. What do you want? And I know I keep asking this over and over again, and maybe as you've thought about it, you can even write it in your phone, in your notes, in your phone. Write it somewhere. Write it down. There's something really powerful about writing down the things that you want to attain. Maybe it's financial abundance. Maybe it's a shorter work week. Maybe it's a longer work week. Maybe you would like to redo your office. Maybe you'd like to hire a VA. Maybe you'd like to get an executive assistant. Maybe you'd like to win an award that you've seen and had your eyes on. What would you like? Maybe a new car. Maybe some new toy of some sort, right? We're adults, but we love to play with our toys, our big toys that we would get and like as adults, right? Kids like their kid toys, adult like their adult toys, things that we like to play with, new tablet, maybe a new notebook, journal. I don't know. What kind of things would you want? See, if you can think it, then you can achieve it. Where'd that come from? Oh yeah, maybe Henry Ford or something like that. Guys, I want you to take some time today. This is all this episode is about. I just want you to decide what you want. Be specific. Now, here's the last little thing that I'll leave you with. You might start writing down things you don't want. That's okay. If you can, maybe get a different piece of paper and write down when those things come up. If you hear yourself say, I don't want this, write that down on that paper. Because when you know what you don't want, all it's telling you is exactly what you do want. You have to just figure out what you do want from what you don't want. But the stuff that you do want, I want you to take specific notes to put only things you do want on one paper. The things you don't want can go on a different paper. And those might spur on the things that you do want. But we've got to get specific. What do you want? Better relationship? A relationship? Maybe you want to get into the college of your dreams. Maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe you want to get out of school. I don't know. What do you want? Guys, what do you want? Write it down, get it on paper, and let's start with that. And then in a couple of days, we'll come back. And in the next episode, we'll talk about what to do with it next. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. And I'm excited to propel you into this new year. We've got some amazing things coming for Magic for Life. And I can't wait to see you next time. But don't forget, until then, go find the magic for your life.
Want more Magic for Life? If so, then reserve your copy of my new book. Get your copy at everyminutebook.com. Inside this book, you'll find the secrets to attaining the next level of performance in anything you do. Learn the secrets behind emotional mastery that'll start you on your new journey of being a lifer. Whether you're an athlete, a business professional, or an artist, this book will change your life forever. Get your copy reserved today.